What's up, guys? Kenji603 coming at you with another White Forest kind of combo slash experimental deck list. Now, what I will preface this by saying is that this combo in this deck, or this version of this deck, is probably not viable in this current 30-day meta that we have before Allen, as well as post-Allen. There's just better stuff. But prior to the ban list, this could have potentially been one of the topping meta decks. And I think as a community, we just kind of missed the potential combos that I'm about to show you that could have put this deck into contention. And mainly because now we've lost more starters because Bonfire got hit off the list. And Snake Eyes Poplar is not a one-card starter, it's only Snake Eyes Ash. So prior to that, you had about 5 starters with 3 Bonfire, 1 Ash, 1 1-for-1. Where now you have 2 Snake Eyes Ash, 1 Bonfire, 1 1-for-1. So it's a little bit difference of starters to ratios for that engine. But if we were able to find this prior to the ban list, I believe that it could have gave White Forest the edge that it might have needed. So I still wanted to share the combo for people that were always Snake Eyes White Forest enjoyers. There is a large, I think, percentage of the White Forest community that was very excited to play Snake Eyes White Forest before Original got banned. And then we were really not able to ever find a combo, even though there was one, that still made that variant of the deck work. So I'm going to get right into it. I will show you guys the combo, and then I will also show you guys the deck list afterwards. So basically the necessary requirements is 1 Snake Eyes Ash and 1 Infinite Impermanence. If you open 1-for-1, it does the same thing, just without the normal summon, and Bonfire just gets you to Snake Eyes Ash. So your normal Ash, go Ash effect to add Poplar, and then Poplar effect, summon itself out. Poplar effect to grab Dramatic Chase. You then want to link off the Poplar into an Anima. Poplar effect to spell and trap itself. Then here you want to link off the Snake Eyes Ash and the Anima into Cross Sheep. Nothing crazy here so far. You want to activate Dramatic Chase, which, if you guys aren't familiar with this card, says place 1 Diabolister monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in its owner's spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. And then the rest of it is not really relevant to the combo. Could come up in like a grindier game, so it is important to know if you are going to play the deck, but just for the sake of the combo, we're not going to go over it. And then you're placing the Snake Eyes Diabolister. So at this point, you want to activate the Snake Eyes Diabolister, special summoning itself, and placing the Snake Eyes Ash in the back row. You then want to send these 2 away for Doom Dragon. Now this is going to trigger your Cross Sheep to special summon out the Snake Eyes Ash. You then want a Snake Eyes Ash effect to send itself in the Doom Dragon to summon out Flameburge. Now here you want to go Flameburge effect to place either Anima or Doom Dragon in the back row. Does not matter. It's basically just going to be a free send for our White Forest stuff once we get to it. So at this point you want to link off the Flameburge and the Cross Sheep into a Sprint. And then you go Sprint 1, Flameburge 2. It doesn't entirely matter. Most of the times they're not holding Ash Blossom for this long into the combo. So Flameburge is going to summon out both Poplar and Snake Eyes Ash, and then Sprint is going to dump your Stellar. From here, you have an extra deck monster and a spellcaster, so you can turn Sprint and Diabolister into Chorozo. And then you can do Chorozo plus Ash plus Poplar into Reselia. And this is how you get to your White Forest cards. Now, Reselia, this could be a one-card combo that got you to Diabell plus Sinful Spoils or the Azamina stuff. If you wanted to go further, because you're able to dump the Stellar off of the Sprint, you'd be able to get it back if you send a Spell or Trap off of the Reselia. If not, you can send the one that you spell and trapped. You're just not going to get the Stellar back, but you'll get the Search, which will most likely be Azamina Elzet, and then you can make plays from there. So I just wanted to show the ceiling of potentially sending a spell and trap versus sending this. And then as well as explain, we're playing Sprint over something like Moon of the Closed Heaven, which could also be a thing, because you could go Moon into Lacrima, send Engraver, or sorry, Moon into Requiem, summon Lacrima, send Engraver, and then you could equip the Requiem to the Lacrima, and then send the Requiem and the Snake Eyes Diabolister to then make the Chorozo, and you would still get basically the same outcome. It plays way harder into Nib, as well as, if you can tell, this whole combo plays directly into Nib and Droll, but prior to the banlist coming out, those cards weren't as relevant as they are now. So in that meta, it could have been viable to do so. And even if you were to get hit by those cards and say you just had a Sylvie in hand, you end on full combo. So they don't, it doesn't per se force it though, so it still could end at the same spot. So there's some caveats to it, but it increases the consistency of the deck, and it increases the ceiling of the deck. So for here, I'm just going to show what it'd be like if you sent a spell or trap, just to kind of show you guys the full ceiling. From here, I add, was it LZ? I believe LZ. Yep, and then you summon out the Stellar, because the spell or trap was sent, and then you can Stellar send this, get to your Sylvie. Sylvie can then get you Tails or Woes, whichever one you would like. And then at this point, again, if you're not caring about Nib whatsoever, what I do is I go into an IP, I go LZ, pitch the Tails, add the Azamina LZ, reset the Tails, I activate the Tails and grab the Ruselia. And then from here you can link the IP and the LZ into Promethean Princess, which can then revive back any fire, obviously the ones that are properly summoned. We can do Snash here. And then you can link these off into the Whale. So now you have a Promethean Princess plus Whale set up. And then you can special this, make a Queen, 1/2, add back, usually add back Tails or add back Infinite Impermanence. It's most likely just going to be a draw one off the Ruselia or a send off the Queen, so it's not too big of a deal. But then this gets you your Deception. And then you have Deception. You can place this back in the extra if you want, summon this out, do this effect, add the Hollowed this way, activate the Hollowed. I'm just going to grab this real quick because the Hollowed's going to summon the Ruseolago by sending the Deception. The Ruseolago is going to add the Wanted. And then you do the typical play, add back the Hollowed by putting this back to the top of the deck, or shuffle it back into the deck. Then you do this and this. You get a Witch, and you summon your Ilya Silva. And then at this point, you can summon your Rusia, and you can go effect. I'm just going to add an Ash Blossom just to show that, and then you can turn these into a Chaos Angel if you wanted to. You could play a second Chaos Angel instead of this Banshee, so that Chaos Angel is just a part of your end board. And then you can Wanted, Banish to put back to technically draw another. I'm just gonna again add an Ash, and then you can send one of these draws away for Diabolister, and Diabolister can set the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest, which gives you Guardian Chimera access, which again could also be this Banshee. This is Experimentalist, so at this point you have this. The only thing that you have to remember is if you're going to summon back the Promethean Princess, it's going to have to be one of the last summons, just because it's going to put you on only being able to link or special summon fire monsters. So it's not, I guess, this Promethean Princess isn't as strong in this list because of that, because you're going to have to use your Queen first, you're going to have to use your Guardian Chimera first, but it's still very good, because it's a layered interruption, as they say. It's in the graveyard, and also Whale is also going to be good, because you can also special summon back out IP, so there's a lot of things you can do here, and you have to remember, this was Snake Eyes Ash plus Imperm, so for instance, you would have 3 other cards in hand. So let's just grab Fuwalo. So this is what Ultimate Ceiling, this is what it looks like, just with the Snake Eyes Ash combo. Alright guys, so that was the combo. This is the deck list kind of showing it. We'll go through it really quick. 3 LZ, 3 Sylvie, 1 Rusia, 1 LZ Azamina, 1 Esteller, 1 Tails, 1 Woes, 1 Finspool Spoils the Light Forest, 1 Hollowed. I'm playing 2 Wanted for the sake of space, 1 Deception, 1 Witch. Tech cards, you got about 15 slots here, so 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 3 Imperm, 3 Fua, and then the Trinity. And then the Snake Eyes engine itself is 2 Snake Eyes Ash, 1 for 1, 1 Bonfire, 1 Poplar, 1 Diabellstar, 1 Flamebridge, 1 Dramatic Chase. So I know... Oh, sorry, I'll go through the extra real quick. We'll do Queen, Gracilia, Silvera, Chaos Angel, Ilya Silva, Rusia Lago, Cross Sheep, Anima, Doom Dragon, Chirozzo, Sprint, Promethean Princess, Whale, IP, and then an extra slot here. So this could be like your Guardian Chimera if you wanted to run this. If you aren't going to run this, I would highly recommend the Slumber, just because it will give you an interruption off of the Witch at the end there. And this card, while it is good, this card can kind of function the same ways as long as you have a level 5 or higher illusion monster, which you most likely are always getting to, you can always reset it. So that's kind of like the changes. Prior to, the ban list, we could have played this, which would have been a lot more starters to bricks ratio. And I know some people are probably going, oh, you got like 4 bricks. Like, yes, they technically are. They're not the worst of bricks, especially like Poplar and Dramatic Chase. Flamebridge, we're just going to be honest, that's a straight brick. Snake Eyes Diabellstar, there's ways that you can kind of mitigate it, but yeah, these 2, in my opinion, are more or less the true bricks. These 2 will get you to multiple spells and trap sends, an IP, a sprint. So there's ways to make like these 2 cards useful, so that if you draw these with like just White Forest stuff, it's actually not as bad. Like even just Deception sending Poplar is pretty good, because you get value from it. You also get the Anima, which people don't play around Anima at the current moment, or I guess you wouldn't play this list for the current moment. This is definitely a missed deck idea prior to this recent ban list. So yeah, so now you just have to play the Snake Eyes Ash at 2, which is considerably worse, also because they are just hard normal summons, where like Bonfire, if you had Sylvie, could get you Poplar, which could get you at least, Poplar into Anima, Spell and Trap itself, that's 1 Spell and Trap send. It also gets you Dramatic Chase, which is then another Spell and Trap send. And even potentially more, because if you go Snake Eyes Diabellstar to put the Poplar back, then you got another Spell and Trap send. So, prior to the ban list, playing 3 Bonfire and 1 Ash and 1 for 1 was infinitely better for this engine. Can still work, so I don't want to discredit it too much, but in my opinion, it's definitely a missed deck idea or combo or list that us as a community missed out on prior to the ban list. So leave your thoughts and comments down below. I know there's a lot of Snake Eyes White Forest enjoyers out there, so I figured I would just make a quick video just to kind of show it. I will be taking it to sneak peek just for kind of the fun of it, to be honest with you. So I will be trying it out myself in the current format. So I pray for not too many Drolls in the main deck. Well, other than that, thank you guys for watching, and please like and subscribe. All right, bye-bye.